a couple of years ago, when she first started, was my favorite singer. And the lady can sing really good. I mean, yeah, she can sing. But she just popped up in the news. I thought I was the only one peeping her out, but she popped up in the news. And she's been on Ellen DeGenerate, and people got mad at her because she did not mention Jesus Christ. She sung her song and got off the stage. Then she went on Fallon show, late night show, and did the same thing. And then she had a couple of interviews where she drew some people to wonder and scratch their heads. So now she comes on the show, one of the radio shows, I guess, radio interview, and she says that she's not a Christian artist anymore. And first of all, I want to talk to you guys about being a Christian. Everybody's making a big deal that she says she's not a Christian artist. No one's really concerned about her eternal salvation or her eternal where she's going when she dies. Everybody's worried about the package, the product. Everybody's concerned about, she's gonna sell her records. Is people gonna stop listening? Is she's gonna get more fans from the world? And Christians are gonna stop listening to her. They're not really worried about her in general, her salvation, and that's particularly accurate about the whole Christian world. People are concerned about the product rather than the people in the church. They're more or less merchandising Christians. But now, before y'all get upset, keep in mind, Lauren Daigle was one of my favorite singers, and still to a certain point. I want to make a couple suggestions. There are many singers like Whitney Houston who used to sing in the church. A lot of people started off in the church, okay? They departed. Now there are different forms of departing. Some people started off, like even the Temptations, if you notice that David Ruffin used to sing in the church, and matter of fact, I think Paul Williams sung in the church. So many of the Temptations, many of the Motown singers sung in church. And when they sung, people listened. I mean, they can sing, they can sing. So when we look at entertainers, they're not to be given a curveball, just like anybody else should be given a curveball. Before, well, what do you mean by giving a curveball? I think a couple of years ago, 20, 30 something years ago, people would have gave somebody a curveball. And what I mean by that is, they're singers. they're like singers, But now everybody gets a curveball. In other words, Christianity has changed. Christianity has changed so much that everybody gets a curveball. Everybody gets to cheat on the test until you stand in front of God to give an account, including singers. So it's called easy believism. So now you get this lady who can sing, and she's the perfect package. She's good looking. She's kind of got some charm to her, and got a twang to her singing. And now the world wants a little piece of the action. Now she wants to present herself as a regular artist. Now they asked her, "Are you a Christian artist?" She says, "No, I don't look at myself as a Christian artist. I look at myself as an artist." And now, like they say, Lecrae started off um, as a solid Christian artist. His first couple of albums were solid. He mentioned the name of Jesus a whole bunch of times. And then his second album, a whole bunch of times. But his third album, his fourth album, fifth album, he stopped doing it. He started slowing down. And, they first start off as Christian singers, then they test the market, see how I'm going to do as a Christian singer, and then they see how many people are listening to them who are not Christians, but are unbelievers. And you take a little sample, just like selling products. You sell, McDonald's might give a little sample, and they say, oh, no, well, we like this, and they're like, oh, let's sell it. Let's give them more, the fudge mac. Let's give more of the fudge mac, okay? Well, it's the same thing. These Christian singers go out and they test the waters and see how many unbelievers are going to catch a bite. And the same thing is happening in the church with the people in the pew. The people in the pew they say, we want to serve unchurched people. Unchurched people. What does that mean, unchurched people? People ain't going to church? So you want to entertain unchurched people. While the Bible tells you perfectly well that we are to make disciples of people. We're to go after people, the unchurched. We go to the whole world and preach the gospel. And making disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So when you make disciples, you're doing it by the power of God. You're teaching people. You're not bringing unchurched people in the church to make them out of religious people. You should be bringing unchurched people in the church to give them the real true gospel. But the percentages are really low of how many people really still follow the Bible. How many congregations, denominations actually follow the Bible. For real, man. I mean, just it amazes me how, but it doesn't amaze me how the entertainment industry kind of mirrors the world. People think when a pastor falls, oh, how dare he fall because he's a pastor, he shouldn't fall. But people mirror him and he mirror them. It's just a product of the generation. So we got a singer and we got people in the church. So the singer falls just like the church people are falling. The singer goes after the riches of the world. I'm gonna get off in a second, but the riches of the world, just like a regular person will go after the riches of the world. A poor person loves money more than a rich person sometimes. So you can make a deal with the devil. Jesus was the first one that the devil tried to make a deal with. Actually, Adam and Eve was, and then he can circle around and come to the creator of the world to make a deal. You can make a deal with the devil. So I'm not saying nothing about Lauren Daigle. I'm not saying she made a deal or a pact with the devil. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is this. A lot of these famous singers come in as a Christian. They blow the stadium wide open, or blow the television show wide open, and then they end up still not being Christian later on. Okay? They start getting divorces and start doing the things that the world does, which the church does a great job of getting divorces. You don't need the world to teach us. Anyway, I gotta go get my kids. God bless you guys out there. I'm gonna start doing videos all the time. Welcome to my studio, my car, my basement, my upstairs, anywhere I can get. But I'm not trying to be down on Lauren Daigle. I still like her music, but I'm gonna talk about music a little bit later, because music, it's kind of like music is watered down. When it's watered down, too much watered down music can mess up your psyche, just like watching too much TV. if you listen to hundreds and hundreds of songs a year, and the song tells you that we're weak and we have no strength, and God has to really wrestle with us, and we're weak, and we come. So Christianity should be approached as a victorious endeavor rather than a defeatist position. Anyway, God bless y'all. I hope I can stop this video, but God bless y'all. Have a good day. I'll see y'all later.